Khamzat or Islam?
I cannot
You
do
know,
this.
say it.
I cannot
You know,
do this.
Say it.
I cannot do this for my job. I cannot do this. But they're both very good. Both very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm Team Wolf. Team Wolf. Team Hamza.
Hey, he would be Team Wolf after he just took your ass down too. He took you down too. Everybody killed this guy, man.
Everyone.
He lost. He lost it.
Hey, everybody can take me down, but
Hey,
DC.
he lost it. He lost it.
I believe that there have been 3 fights, maybe 4 max, where the trash talk has gotten so personal that it's sort of uncomfortable for some to digest. The first one, you can make the case, Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva. The second one, you can make the case, Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. The third one, which is the one that I'm sort of like saying maybe, maybe not, but I think you could put it in that category, was Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman, and this would be the 4th. And I would say not since Conor Khabib have we seen trash talk that like talked about religion, ethnicities, things of that nature. And so when he's talking about these things, he's saying these things to a guy who like doesn't mess around. He doesn't mess around. He's like Khamzat, like he's not that guy. Not to suggest that Sean is afraid of that, worried about that, anything like that. I just hope that they are truly ready for something very bad to happen next week. And what I mean by very bad, obviously, I'm not talking about like a death or someone get shot, but like this could get so inflammatory that the fight gets called off. Like there's a brawl, someone gets hurt. Who knows?
If anyone's gonna be able to do it, it's gonna be a guy like Sean Strickland. So it is hard to say. I do feel like Khamzat could, has a higher probability to win, but Sean Strickland, if anyone's gonna be able to fucking somehow say fuck it and beat him, it's gonna be him. But we'll wait and see.
That'd be awesome though. Imagine Strickland, like you start noticing it. Round 2, 3, starts stuffing the takedowns. He's keeping Chimaev to the body. Chimaev, he doesn't like it, he's looking a bit off. He's bleeding a little bit. Strickland's walking him down. Come on, Khamzat.
You never know how these weigh-ins are these weight cuts too. Khamzat's a big motherfucker, hasn't fought in a while. It just seems like he's fucking huge. You never know how these weight cuts go, the rehydration goes, and that all plays into it. You never know how their fight camps are going.
When Chimaev and Sean Strickland enter the cage, we're witnessing more than a typical bout. It's pure mayhem meeting calculated precision. One fighter advances like unstoppable machinery, relentless in his pursuit, never pausing, always dominating. His opponent feeds off disorder, using psychological warfare and mental manipulation to dismantle challengers before physical combat begins. The atmosphere crackles with intensity as fans debate this explosive combination. Both warriors carry enormous pride and vocal confidence, yet all that chatter becomes meaningless when the opening bell sounds. In that instant, only raw combat remains, and just one competitor will claim victory.
I have never, ever, in all my time, seen someone so dominant than Khamzat in training camp. I'm talking, and it's not even remotely close. Like I would see GSP struggle with certain aspects of training camp. I see Rashad, Bisbing, the Shane Carwin, right? He was my close training partner. Leo Machida. They would excel at certain parts, and then if it went to this area of mixed martial arts, you would see them get choked out or have some issues. I'm talking complete domination across the board. And it's not like, oh man, that was a good back and forth, this is good training. You're like, oh my God. And it also wasn't like he was going against Joe Blows. You're talking, and I'm not gonna out any guys. You're talking All-Americans, national champion wrestlers, jiu-jitsu world champions,
Thai fighter,
elite strikers. And I was just like, what in the and I'm talking ruthless, not like going easy. I'm talking ruthless, where you're like, oh, he's gonna kill somebody, and it's just the way he trains.
One perspective really catches attention, coming directly from Chael Sonnen, who analyzes this through Darren Till's actual encounters with both Chimaev and Strickland. Till emphasized clearly that attempting takedowns against Strickland presents major difficulties, creating genuine problems. However, he continues favoring Chimaev as the more dominant force when these athletes finally meet. The fascinating part is that bigger doesn't reference physical dimensions, since both fighters match closely on measurements. Till actually highlights something psychological, something internal. That term larger carries different meaning now, focusing on aura, intensity, and mental strength within the octagon. This psychological advantage might ultimately determine the outcome when combat begins.
He has sparred with Chimaev, he has sparred with Sean Strickland, he is now coming out and he's telling us Sean Strickland is really hard to take down. And he comes out and he says that he believes Chimaev will be the bigger, stronger athlete. And that for me, I just found interesting. I wish he would have elaborated on that, because that must be figuratively, it must not mean literally. I mean, they're going to get on the scale. Nobody's going to be bigger or stronger. Well, they might be stronger. Nobody's going to be bigger. They're going to...
Sonnen then shifts focus to address another controversial subject regarding Chimaev's endurance capacity. He acknowledges how critics questioned his stamina following that grueling battle with Kamaru Usman, where fatigue became evident. Yet Sonnen refuses to view this as genuine weakness. Here's the revelation. Exhaustion after maintaining such relentless pace doesn't indicate frailty. It demonstrates the tremendous effort invested. It's evidence of applied pressure, not signs of collapse. Connecting this observation with his non-stop offensive approach creates an intriguing narrative. When Chimaev appears tired, chances are high he's already pushed his adversary beyond breaking point first. Such pressure can shatter opponents before they recognize what's occurring.
Now, I thought we had put the rumors of Chimaev's conditioning behind us. This was all the rave. If you guys, right, if you can like get into your mental time machine and go back to the buildup of Chimaev versus Dricus, all the talk was that Chimaev couldn't hold up, that he would fatigue, that he couldn't go championship rounds. Some of the evidence that he couldn't go championship rounds was the level of fatigue that he reached in his 3-round contest against Kamaru Usman. Like, this was all part of the narrative. And I always resisted it. I like when a guy gets tired. A guy should be tired. A guy should be exhausted. I've heard coaches come out and say, all right, this athlete, you see him after his last fight, he was so tired. If I'm a coach, if you go into a fight and you come out anything less than exhausted, I'm going to have a real problem with that.
Sonnen continues by completely revolutionizing the endurance discussion with a fresh perspective. For him, maintaining energy throughout entire fights isn't the goal. That's unrealistic. It concerns who reaches exhaustion first and who perseveres when everything burns. Regarding Chimaev, Sonnen believes this philosophy suits him ideally. He connects this back to Darren Till's fighting experience with him, aligning with Strickland's sparring observations as well. Both suggest identical conclusions. This competitor doesn't fatigue conventionally. Even while tired, he remains threatening, advancing forward, maintaining pressure. This transforms everything, making exhaustion not the conclusion, but another fighting phase.
It's the person that can get to exhaustion first and stay there. People will reach exhaustion and then they will stop what they're doing. The champion will reach exhaustion and continue on. And I only tell you that because I did feel that we saw that with Chimaev. I kind of thought the talk of get Chimaev tired and make a coward out of him was behind us. I have simply never seen it. But Darren Till commented on it. And that had my attention because Sean Strickland, who's also trained with Chimaev, made a somewhat similar comment. Sean Strickland said that Chimaev in the first round when they would spar, he would use so much energy that in the second round he would have to grab a lesser opponent.
MMA Guru supports Chimaev as well, though he maintains some reservations. He recognizes that while Strickland possesses grappling skills, handling his wrestling presents entirely different challenges, with few fighters actually succeeding. This element alone makes the matchup feel uncertain and dangerous. Despite Strickland's recent impressive victory proving his legitimate threat level, significant worry persists. Chimaev brings excessive options into competition, creating danger. He can seize early control with immediate dominance, or adapt by striking if action slows later. Such versatility makes him unpredictable and nearly unstoppable once momentum builds.
I feel like I have to go with Chimaev here, unfortunately. Strickland's a really good grappler, but it's just fucking
levels
annoying how good Chimaev is at wrestling, dude. It's fucking pathetic. And also, I feel like Chimaev has like a I feel like you need to be a guy who can stuff the takedowns, but then also have the power to just put out Chimaev on the feet.
Yeah.
And Strickland's very good, and he did get a finish in his last fight, which was impressive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like Chimaev's going to have too much ability to coast if he doesn't get his way in some of the rounds. Like if it gets to round 4 and 5 and he can't get his takedowns as much, he can just kind of float around a bit with Strickland on the feet compared to like someone else.
O'Malley acknowledges the difficulty in making definitive predictions, yet his intuition still supports Chimaev. His strategic vision appears straightforward. Attempt takedowns, maintain heavy top control, dominate positioning, then deliver ground strikes or seek finishes. While this sounds simple, he repeatedly emphasizes one crucial element. The complete 25-minute duration looming over this contest, Strickland's durability is well established. Actually, everyone recognizes his ability to absorb punishment while continuing forward, but the genuine concern involves sustained grinding, being taken down, battling back upright, only to be dragged down repeatedly. This endless cycle exhausts anyone, regardless of their toughness. If such pressure continues repeating, it could gradually break even someone as determined as Strickland.
God, yeah, it's hard to say. I feel like I just want to say, you know, Khamzat's going to win. He's going to take him down. He's going to, whether he holds him down or beats, you know, ground and pound or finds a submission. But part of me's like, it's 25 minutes. Strickland's got a crazy gas tank, but we've never really seen his gas tank's so good, but it's never been, at least that I can remember, been tested in a sense to where he is getting taken down and having to work his way up. And then he gets taken down again and have to work his way up because that shit's fucking exhausting. Like that's the most exciting thing. Like when I fought Merab the second time, in that third round, he took me down. I got up like 4 or 5 times, and it's just exhausting to keep getting back up. And
it affects your striking, makes you second guess things.
Yeah, so I'm curious, but I would love to see fucking Khamzat take down Strickland, just, you know, get back up and, you know, bring it to Khamzat and just be a war. But
regarding the breakdown of Chimaev versus Strickland, Brendan Chimaev remains completely undecided. Split exactly down the center, he's witnessed firsthand Chimaev's overwhelming intensity, both physically dominating and mentally intimidating in lasting ways. Such presence demands attention and clearly creates lasting impressions. Despite recognizing this, Chimaev can't resist his feelings. He still supports Strickland emotionally on personal levels. Something about Strickland's approach commands attention, whether people agree or disagree. He maintains spotlight on himself and the sport through constant behavior, making him difficult to oppose. Ultimately, Chimaev avoids definitive predictions here. He stays perfectly neutral, conflicted between logic and emotion, refusing to completely choose sides in this incredible matchup.
That one's tough. I root for Strickland. I like Khamzat too. He's, you know, I've been in his training camp. He's a really, really good dude. Super scary. I root for Strickland. We need more American stars. Obviously, he says outlandish shit, which I don't agree with everything, but he is good for the business. And he's American, so I root for Strickland. I like Strickland. I really like Strickland. I think he's, you know, he's a product of today's environment where, you know, our president cusses. If you see any young kid on YouTube, the outlandish shit that they say, he's a product of that. Like if this is 10 years ago, buddy, he's probably getting arrested or they're canceling his fights. But now it's just the bar has been, I don't say higher, the bar.
Schaub ups the ante when he's...
Schaub advances further with an audacious declaration. He's never observed Chimaev and considered him an underdog, not once. After years training beside legends like John Jones, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, and others, he claims nothing compares to Chimaev's gym performance. That's remarkable testimony from someone with such experience. For Schaub, it transcends raw ability. It's how Chimaev controls people and applies constant pressure that distinguishes him. He's stating this dominance level and training surpasses anything he's witnessed elsewhere in martial arts. Such behind-the-scenes reputation intensifies this fight further because it suggests another Chimaev level most people haven't fully observed yet.
So I root for Strickland. I'll say this: I've never watched a Khamzat fight or even going into it and thought he was going to lose. Just haven't. And then I saw him train. I've been around a long time, man. I've trained with Lyoto Machida. I've trained with John Jones. Been in GSP's camps. Anderson Silva, Verdum, Mark Munoz, Bisbing, Tony Ferguson. Shane Carwin, Nate Marquardt, Rashad Evans. I mean, Wonderboy Thompson, Stipe. I've trained with everybody. I have never, ever in all my time seen someone so dominant than Khamzat in training.
On the other hand, Brendan Allen doesn't leave much room for doubt when sizing up the matchup. He sees Chimaev as operating on a completely different technical level. In his view, Strickland's...
Conversely, Brendan Allen leaves minimal room for discussion when analyzing this battle. In his view, Chimaev operates on completely different technical levels, creating undeniable gaps. He perceives Strickland's approach as more about unusual timing and raw durability, rather than sophisticated, comprehensive skill sets, while Chimaev arrives with sharper, more complete weapons and composed, controlled mentality. Allen explores deeper, claiming differences aren't merely physical or strategic, they're psychological too. He views Chimaev as more poised, more strategic, and more advanced in fight management. Combining all these factors creates scenarios where matchups already feel decided before opening strikes land.
I think Khamzat's too skilled. Sean's kind of a one-trick pony, kind of lazy, doesn't really possess a crazy amount of skill. He's just super awkward when you're in there with him, and if you've never experienced that, then it's a shock. But I think I think he's too skilled. I think he's going to be too skilled. I think now he's older, he's smarter, he's wiser with his mentality, with his emotions, and his skill level. I think he's just going to be too much for Sean, and I think how he approaches the fight is going to shock a lot of people.
From different perspectives, Dominic Cruz describes this middleweight clash containing all grudge match elements, though not from genuine personal animosity. For him, it involves tension building during fight week and two powerful personalities refusing any retreat. Both Chimaev and Strickland possess reputations requiring protection, transforming every interview and confrontation into pre-fight battles. Skills become secondary. It becomes ego against ego, pride against pride. Cruz describes ongoing displays of toughness, where neither competitor can appear weak or relent. Such pressure accumulates constantly as they attempt outdoing each other through words, energy, and presence, long before glove touching inside the cage.
Does this feel like a real grudge match for this middleweight title?
I think, yeah, you can't tell. I think they both have the temperament that it could be. But realistically, I think this is just fight week pressure, and they both have an image to uphold, and both of them are going to flex bigger than the other one because that's the type of personality that they bring. They can't start being nice now. You know what I mean? They can't start being like, they've got to be the crazy guy. And now they're going to out crazy each other to see who's tougher, is how I see it. It's like, no, I'm crazier than you. You can't be crazier than me because I've already shown you how crazy I am, right? And it's just...
Cruz continues by examining the striking battle directly, connecting perfectly with escalating tension between their approaches. He clarifies that Chimaev isn't simply throwing strikes randomly. Every punch carries constant takedown threats, keeping opponents hesitant, uncertain whether to defend high or prepare for shots. That brief doubt moment allows Chimaev to find openings and establish control. However, here's the intrigue. Strickland's style seems designed for handling such pressure. He maintains sharp jabbing, keeps positioning tight, and avoids overextending or surrendering easy takedowns. This creates genuine chess matches on feet, where Chimaev's pressure meets Strickland's structure, and every minor error could reverse entire fights.
Striking, like can Chimaev effectively strike with Sean's boxing and those teep kicks? Like if he's how do you see kind of that going if this doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, it's a stand-up fight too. Like it's a good stand-up battle. Chimaev obviously is dynamic, but his mixture of strikes in wrestling is what's going to set up his striking. He's never just going to purely strike. He's always going to add in the takedown attempts and the threat. So that threat drops your hands. You have to respect it. You just have to respect the high-low thing. When they're reaching for your legs, your defense has to come down, up, down, and that creates openings in the striking. And so I see that's how he's going to create openings if they're on the feet and if he doesn't get the takedown. Strickland, it's going to be the same fight that he's always fought. His style is actually built for this style. He funnels single legs. He throws the jab, which doesn't overcommit the hips, so it's hard to lock up two legs when the hip...
John Onek openly expresses his position. He supports Strickland and wants him achieving major statements for the US. Despite this backing, he remains focused on actual fight dynamics because numerous questions remain unanswered. What occurs if Chimaev starts quickly and secures early takedowns? How does Strickland respond when forced to rise under pressure? Can he reset, utilize his kicks, and establish steady rhythms we've previously witnessed? These are moments Anika monitors closely. For him, everything depends on minor details. Can Strickland survive early grappling storms long enough to create genuine stand-up fights, or does Chimaev's relentless pressure eliminate everything before it develops?
Man, okay. I rock with Strickland, man. I really do rock with Strickland. I hope maybe he can pull it off and represent, you know, the U.S. in a real way. I'm excited to see like what kind of get-ups he has whenever Chimaev does take him down, or if, you know, how long is it gonna take for Chimaev to take him down, and if he can get back up and start using those teeps and kind of really have a good game plan like he had against Hernandez. I mean, could be an interesting fight, and I don't know, I'm pulling for Strickland.
So who actually wins this? Khamzat Chimaev or Sean Strickland? It's a legitimate question, and everyone holds opinions. Share your prediction in the comments and make your stance known. And don't miss anything. Subscribe for additional fight breakdowns, updates, and all upcoming action heading your direction.